Ethan Bennett stood on the ferry deck, watching the night sky as the boat crossed from Seattle to Bainbridge Island. The Christmas lights strung along the railings reflected off the dark water, but Ethan barely noticed them. He was lost in thought, contemplating another holiday spent alone in his empty penthouse. "Excuse me, sir." Ethan turned to see a young woman in a wheelchair. She had long blonde hair and wore a grey sweater. She was looking up at him with hopeful eyes. "Can you lift me up to see the sky? Everyone keeps standing in front of me, and I can't see the meteor shower. They said it would be amazing tonight, and I've been waiting all year to see it." But she gestured at her wheelchair. "I'm at the wrong height to see past everyone." Ethan looked around the crowded deck. She was right. People were pressed against the railings, blocking the view for anyone sitting down. "Of course," Ethan said. Then he paused. "How exactly? If you could help me stand and support me, I can lock my legs for a minute or two. I have some mobility, just not enough to stand on my own for long. I know it's awkward to ask a stranger, but my friend went to get hot chocolate and she's taking forever. And the meteor shower is happening right now." Ethan carefully helped the woman to her feet, supporting her weight as she steadied herself. She was lighter than he expected, and she leaned against him as they both looked up at the sky. At that moment, a brilliant streak of light crossed the darkness. A meteor, followed by another, and another. The Geminid meteor shower was at its peak, painting the night with falling stars. "It's beautiful." The woman breathed. Thank you so much. I was so afraid I'd miss it." They stood together for several minutes, watching the sky. Ethan found himself acutely aware of her presence, the way she leaned against him for support, the quiet wonder in her voice as each meteor appeared, the scent of her perfume mixing with the salt air. "I think I need to sit back down," she said finally. "My legs are getting tired. But thank you. That was perfect." Ethan helped her back into her wheelchair. "I'm Ethan. Claire Morrison. And you just made my entire month. I've been looking forward to this meteor shower since last Christmas. I even planned this ferry trip specifically to see it away from the city lights. You traveled here just to see meteors?" "I'm an astronomy enthusiast. I teach physics at the community college, or I did, before." She gestured at her wheelchair. "Car accident 6 months ago. I'm still figuring out how to do everything I used to do, just differently. Tonight was my first big adventure since the accident. My friend Sarah convinced me I was ready." A young woman with dark hair appeared, carrying 2 cups of hot chocolate. "Sorry that took so long." The line was. She stopped, seeing Ethan. "Oh, did I miss something?" "This is Ethan. He helped me see the meteor shower." "Ethan, this is my friend Sarah." "Thank you for helping her," Sarah said warmly. "I feel terrible that I missed it." "It's okay," Claire said. Ethan was here. As Sarah and Claire prepared to return to the passenger cabin, Ethan found himself not wanting the conversation to end. "Can I give you my number, in case you want someone to help you see the next meteor shower, or just to talk about astronomy? I don't know much about it, but I'd like to learn." Claire smiled. "I'd like that." Over the following weeks, Ethan and Claire talked regularly. He learned that she'd been a passionate teacher who loved making science accessible to students who thought they couldn't understand it. The accident had shaken her confidence, made her question whether she could return to teaching. "How do I stand at a whiteboard to write equations when I can't stand?" Claire asked during one of their coffee meetings. "How do I move around the classroom to help students? The school says they'll accommodate me, but I don't know if I can accommodate myself." "You found a way to see the meteor shower," Ethan pointed out. "You asked for help. That's not weakness, that's problem solving." "I shouldn't need help for basic things. Everyone needs help sometimes." "Claire, the accident changed how you move through the world. It didn't change who you are, or what you know, or your ability to teach. It just means you teach differently. Now, Ethan helped Claire prepare to return to teaching. He funded modifications to her classroom, a motorized adjustable desk that could lower to wheelchair height or rise to standing height, a digital whiteboard she could control from her chair, a classroom layout that gave her full mobility. "You didn't have to do all this," Claire said when she saw the renovated classroom. "I wanted to." "Claire, you helped me see something important that night on the ferry." "What's that?" "That sometimes you need someone to lift you up to see the beautiful things. You asked me for help seeing the meteor shower, but you've been helping me see what matters, not success or money, but connection, purpose, passion for something beyond profit." 6 months after that night on the ferry, Ethan took Claire back to the same ferry route. As they stood on the deck, Ethan supporting Claire as she stood to see the horizon, he said, "You asked me to lift you up to see the sky. I did. But Claire, you've been lifting me up ever since. You showed me what courage looks like. Returning to teaching despite your fears. You showed me that asking for help is strength, not weakness. You showed me what passion and purpose mean. Ethan, I love you. I love your curiosity about the universe, your dedication to your students, your refusal to let circumstances define your limits. Will you let me keep lifting you up, literally when you need it, and figuratively always as your partner in life?" At their wedding a year later, Claire gave a toast. "I asked a stranger on a ferry to lift me up so I could see a meteor shower. He said yes. Then he kept saying yes to coffee dates, to helping me prepare to teach again, to loving me exactly as I am. Ethan lifts me up every day, in every way. And I lift him up right back. That's what love is, not one person carrying another, but two people supporting each other to see the beautiful things they couldn't see alone. Sometimes the meteor shower you travel to see is just the beginning. Sometimes asking for help to see the stars leads to a lifetime of shared skies. Sometimes the wheelchair changes how you see the world. And sometimes that new perspective is exactly what someone else needs to see. And sometimes the man who lifts you up to see a meteor shower becomes the person who helps you see all the beauty life has to offer. If this story touched your heart, please like and share it. Subscribe for more stories about asking for help, seeing beyond limitations, and finding love through vulnerability. Leave a comment about when someone helped you see something beautiful. Your stories inspire us all.